What is up, ladies and gentlemen? If you're watching this, you already know what it is. It's the big question in 2026. Is Joe Rogan even doing anything positive for the UFC anymore? Does he even care about fighting anymore? Because I'm going to explain a little bit my thoughts in this video, but or in this live stream. Tell me what you guys think. But in the big 2026, I honestly do not think Joe Rogan is doing anything for the sport. Right? He used to have, like, genuinely controversial takes. He used to have genuinely, like, new and insightful takes, but in today's day, he's too scared of hurting anybody's feelings. He's too scared of, like, hurting Dana White's feelings or upsetting a fighter or, God forbid, stirring a little bit of controversy, you know? He, uh he's just not cut out for it anymore. When you get too much money, you get too much influence, then all of a sudden you have too much to lose. If you're worried about losing your money, worried about losing your influence, then nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody's gonna care what Joe Rogan has to say. Or I mean, I don't, because literally his most insightful take is, "Oh, the calf kick." That's his most controversial take, is that he got hit in the calf. He might do some damage. That might hurt. When a lot of the time, like, Joe Rogan will talk about bruising on the calf, and there is literally no visible bruising on the guy's calf, at least on the video. He's there in person, so maybe you can see it. But realistically, he's not telling us anything we don't know. He'll literally say that a person is limping from a calf kick when they're walking fine. You know, the amount of times I've seen Joe Rogan be like, "Oh, those calf kicks are really starting to add up. They're really starting to do some damage," and then the dude gets knocked out like cold, like the person doing the calf kicking. Because what a calf kick does is, if you miss the calf kick, right, and you don't have like literally a super fast reset, like your reset has to be like really, I think you have to throw the calf kick and then switch stance and step back for it to be effective. You know, because like anything short of that, it's just like people are adapting to it. When it first came out, nobody even had felt a calf kick before. Now people are training it and they're feeling it in practice and they're getting used to it. Their calves are getting calloused, like not calloused, but like people are getting used to it. So like in like 2015, Joe Rogan would be like, "Oh, the calf kick," and the dude would for real start limping. In 2026, bro, you could calf kick like any top UFC fighter 10 times in a row and they'll walk right through it. You know. I really think Joe should leave the commentating to other people. Stick to the fight companions, stick to building hype for other fighters and like use your podcast for good and not evil, please. Cuz lately it seems like he's been using his podcast to cover up for his fucking billionaire friends that are on the Epstein list, which is crazy, bro. I never thought Joe would be like one to be compromised like that. But it's not even like conspiracies, like some I heard somebody say that conspiracies don't ever need to be they don't even need to be said out loud. It's just when uh when interests converge, when a bunch of people have the same interest at hand, they work together, you know? And Joe Rogan is over here covering up for his buddy Peter Thiel. And like, bro, I think was Peter Thiel in the Epstein files? I think he was like not Peter Thiel. it was someone, some famous billionaire that's like in fucking government right now was like is a co-conspirator in the Epstein files, which is insane, dude. That is shit. That's the fact that I'm talking about politics means everybody knows. Like literally everybody knows this shit. Joe Rogan needs to hang up the gloves, let Michael Bisping or somebody that's willing, like the UFC really needs to understand that the commentators and the MMA media are directly opposed to the fighter's ego. You know, they should be trying to break the fighter's ego. And all they do is like they just talk up their buddy. You know, they're so biased. Like Joe Rogan is so openly biased against the people he's had on his podcast or people he's like friends with versus like somebody actually winning the fight. You know, it is insane. Like Joe Rogan and DC will both in their mind be like they know who they want to win and they will commentate like that person is winning the whole time. Dana White needs to understand that the people behind the desk cannot have a personal relationship with the people fighting in the ring. You know? These people are like diametrically opposed to you. They're completely opposite of you. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that MMA media tries to be buddy buddy with the MMA fighters, like these people are supposed to be pissed off and fighting with hate in their heart. You know? And that's what you want to see. That's what we pay to see. That's what I want to see. You know? Nobody wants to see two buddies playing patty cake. This is what I was saying about Nina Drama yesterday. You know, they're too nice, they are too biased, they're too like and Joe Rogan doesn't know the meta for MMA anymore. Like Joe Rogan used to know the meta. He used to know like what was working and what wasn't working. I feel like I don't know if he stopped training jujitsu or like he's just old now, but he's still giving tips and stuff like it's 2015. And like you guys gotta think MMA started in like 1990. You know, this shit's like 30 years old, 35, 36 years old. You know, the game evolved so dramatically when I was in the sport. When I was in the sport from the time I started jujitsu to the time I was like 19, bro, the whole game changed 360 degrees, forwards, backwards, did a flip on its head. Like, bro, the whole game changed so much. And Joe Rogan's still talking like it's 2015, 2012, you know? And Joe doesn't have a real like he doesn't have a real boxing and kickboxing background as far as I know. He's really just a taekwondo guy that wrestled in high school. You know, and like he was a good wrestler. He was an athlete. He made it to state in what's it called in Colorado in California, which is actually really difficult because they are a fat ass state. Like generally the states that are the most difficult to wrestle in are the ones with the most people or the least shit to do in the winter, you know? And California just happens to have like fucking 60 million people or some shit. Like when I heard that he was a state wrestler, I thought like he was much more credentialed, but I think he was just a bully. I think he was just big and mean, you know? And Joe Rogan pre-marijuana was a fucking Chad. Like he was a fucking Chad. That shit's crazy. It's crazy to think about how people act before they start smoking weed and then after they start smoking weed, how much like their perspective changes and how much it really affects your perspective and way of looking at the world. Cause Joe was like fucking Joe Rogan used to be an asshole, according to everybody. Now he's like Mr. Good Boy, won't is afraid to hurt anybody's feelings. You know, rubbing elbows with the most powerful people in the world. That's the craziest thing is like Joe Rogan is really rubbing elbows with the most powerful people in the world because for a solid decade he was the most influential person on the planet. If you went on his podcast, you were fucking literally just skyrocketed into the stratosphere. You were like, it would make your career. If you could be on the fucking Joe Rogan experience, bro, your career changed overnight. Like literally overnight. Favorite commentator. Right now for me, well, let me let you guys answer before I say anything. Or the one person that's worth it to keep him around calling the fights. Cause I mean, I would love to have somebody like Valentina Shevchenko or whatever her name is. The new girl commentator is lit. She's good. She's really good. But like, I want a commentator out there that's like, calling balls and strikes. The commentators should be like umpires. You know what I mean? They should be hated by the fighters because they just call it how it is. They're not afraid of hurting anybody's feelings. If they call it wrong, they're confidently wrong. It's what they believe in their heart. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that Joe has these people on his podcast and like talks to these people in real life, trains with them, that is such an issue because it just makes the product worse. It makes me want to watch the product less effectively. Like, because you can't, like, Ariel Hawani did a good job at pissing everybody off, but he would piss off the fucking, like, the way he did it was so, like, okay. Damn, son, let me turn my VPN off. So, Joe Rogan is way too buddy buddy. Like literally anybody that goes on his podcast, any person that goes on his podcast is just straight up like on his favorites list. He will die for you. Like he would rather die than say something bad about somebody that he had in his studio and like shared a blunt with. If you smoke pot with Joe Rogan on his podcast, you can guarantee that he's gonna do everything he can to sway the audience and the judges in your favor. You know, your face could be bloodied and bruised, but he'll be like, those calf kicks, those calf kicks, oh look, he's limping. Oh, he's really chopping at those legs. Like, bro, shut up. Shut up. That shit drives me insane. Cause I really want to be a fan. I really want to watch this shit and like be excited. But it is not exciting right now. And I thought Sean Strickland was fighting this weekend. He's fighting next weekend. I think there's only like 26 or like 32 cards with the new Paramount deal. I know it's not every weekend. It's every some shit. It's I mean, the first card of the year was good. It wasn't like anything nuts. I mean, like it wasn't even a title fight. I don't think. I mean, I guess it was Justin Gaethje versus Patty Pimblett. So I guess it was for like a title, but it wasn't like a legitimate title fight. But I mean, it was a good card. It's just like, bro, how many times are you gonna wheel out fucking Grandpa Justin Gaethje? Like, dude, let the boy rest. You know? And I think he said he was only fighting for titles, which I understand at 38 is like, bro, that's reasonable because you want to move your career forward. You don't want to just stay stuck in this spot, you know, taking insane brain damage from literally the most deadly fighters on the planet. You know what I mean? And they like Justin Gaethje gets paid so much they will not give him anybody that's even reasonably bad. They're only gonna put him against killers. So for him to only want to fight for the title, I understand, but they had to give him the fake title, which was lame. You know? But I'm hopeful for the Paramount deal. I'm really hopeful. I hope Alex Pereira fights more. I mean, he can't fight more than he did last year or like the year before. He Alex Pereira fought like 4 times in a year or some shit, 5 times in a year. He literally fought like 3 times, lost, and then fought again and won the title back in like a round, bro. That is insane. Like to go from the ass beating he took to knocking out Ankalaev, just like completely dominating the entire octagon. He literally just owned it and like walked up to him and stuck him. Like that shit's crazy to me. Like, what are the chances that that Ankalaev is literally too petrified to take a shot and try to take it to the ground? Because like if he would have tried to wrestle, you know he would have taken it. He like I mean, did he? Did he go for a shot? Am I crazy? I think he did go for a shot, but I can't remember. That shit was just a complete and utter domination. Like he literally took him by the balls and fucking manhandled him on some crazy shit. Like on some fucking wild shit. On some wild shit. Pereira was able just to walk over there and fucking took his ass. And I was not expecting that, bro. I thought Uncle Ive had his number. You know? And the thing is, bro, the thing about fighters is they will not admit that they were injured before a fight unless they win. You know, which like, that fucks up all betting and all like any real decision make. Like you can't that's why you can't really you have to gauge every fight and grade it with a grain of salt. Like you have to be very, very, very conservative. Because like that's why MMA math doesn't work because people go into fights in different condition all the time because like during a fight camp you are so prone to injury you like literally there's a million like you know anything you can injure anything you can have a stiff neck that day that's why MMA math doesn't work at all. That's why there needs to be I don't know. Should there be like should I mean, I guess not. You can't have like a set like uh you can't have it be set like what the training camp it can't be like a standardized training camp. Cuz like the variation in the or like the condition fighters go into a fight like that is like if their whole camp doesn't go perfect, it's detrimental. Like it's terrible. If their whole camp doesn't go absolutely perfect, it is absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in and you wish that they were more honest, but they get punished for dropping out of the fight, bro. It's like it's such a lose-lose. Especially since watching Armin live, I sincerely believe that he was injured in like the entire camp up until the day before the fight because he was praying that he would get better. You know, I think he was really, really praying that he would get better. And it's like 12 hours before he has to like weigh in and fight Islam Makhachev, and he just fucking dips. You know, because it's like right now he's still ranked number one. To get another title fight, he would probably have to do the same shit, and like it only helps Armin for Islam to get older and more damage. And like if Islam takes like two more title defenses, it just increases his chances of Armin's chances of winning that much more. Because people like after 32, 33, fighters don't get better from title defenses. Typically, like unless you're Max Holloway and you defend it literally like 15 times, or like Anderson Silva defended it like 17 times or some shit. I can't remember. Very rarely do fighters improve with age and experience once they're at the top level. They can only maintain those championship level fights for like 3 to 4 years, in my opinion. Cause like, dude, like at some point I feel like at some point there's just too much footage on you to like, cause like, you know, like at some point there's too much footage on the champ to where you can build a style and a fighting style around their weaknesses. And like just that's what I mean, John Jones would do that like autistically. Like he would watch or his coaches would watch like a ton of film, and then he would design his whole training camp around beating this guy. And they would be like, all right, well, your right hook is faster than his jab. So we're just going to train the right hook. We're just going to train the right hook, train the right hook. You know what I mean? I think John Jones is southpaw. I can't remember. But, mm, Dana White needs to hang up the gloves. Not Dana White. Uh, Dana White needs to get on testosterone or some shit, bro. He needs to turn back into like 32-year-old Dana White. Because this fucking old man Dana White, the gambling addict Dana White, he cheats on his wife Dana White. Like, we do not need this guy. The dude addicted to vices and sin. Bro, he has let the UFC fall to such depths. It is tragic. Absolutely tragic. You know, so much potential. He has so much potential, and if you just let the people be meaner to each other. You have to reward being an asshole when you're president of the UFC. You cannot like these people are not playing patty cake. This is not hopscotch and basketball. You're not playing a game of knockout. You are about to try to kill somebody, and you have to convince me, the viewer, that you want to kill them. And Joe Rogan having them on his podcast, and then becoming all buddy buddy with them. Like, bro, they were literally riding Cheeto's meat. Like riding Cheeto's meat, and he wasn't throwing punches for entire rounds. What up, Carmona?
Yo, yo.
How's it going?
Good, bro. Chilling, chilling.
Bro, so I was just talking about how, bro, Joe Rogan, as soon as he has somebody on his podcast, he just rides that dude's meat for every single fight. Like literally, bro. Literally just rides his meat for every single fight. He will straight up be losing a fight and be like, I don't know, he still has a chance. He's doing good. He just needs to land a couple more punches. Like, bro, I cannot stand that shit.
Oh my god. You don't fuck with that boy? Joe
No,
Rogan.
I don't fuck with Joe Rogan right now, bro. He's been pissing me off. All he talks about is calf kicks and like, bro, like I
What
feel like
up?
he understood MMA like 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, bro. He really understood the game. Right now, damn son, my shit just turned my fucking hang on, let me find my keys. What the fuck? My fucking car cuts off when it feels like the battery's about to fucking die.
Yeah, at least it does that, dude. Mine doesn't even.
Yeah.
Mine just shuts off, and then I have to turn it back on and hope it
Yeah,
turns
right.
on.
Right. Bro, this car is fucking gangster. When the battery dies, bro, I got this thing called second start. Bro, it's an extra fucking battery.
Is that the new one?
No, bro, this is 20 years old.
Okay, okay. Bro, you got so many cars.
Oh yeah, no, my wife's is the new one, bro. Look, this one gives me my miles per gallon, like, and it changes, like it's active. You know, as I press, I can set it to like as I press on the gas, it tells me the fucking miles per gallon. This shit's from
Yeah.
2006, bro.
Damn. Dude,
Bro, so who's your favorite commentator right now? You like Michael Bisping or fucking DC
bro,
or Joe Rogan? Who else is there? That
D,
girl, Valentina Shevchenko or whatever.
she's all right. DC is my current number one. I'm not gonna
You
lie,
like
bro.
DC?
Bro,
Bro, but he just meat rides the fucking Dagestanis too,
he's.
bro. Anybody from fucking Khabib's camp, he literally just fucking meat
I
rides.
mean, bro, you gotta understand. He wrestles with them. Duh. Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that is true. He's a fucking Olympic gold medalist. But bro, I was saying, like, really, bro, the people commentating and doing the interviews need to be trying to piss off the fighters, bro. They need to be trying to
oh,
piss them off and get them pitted against each other.
like how they used to.
Yes, bro. I feel like they really used to do that. They
What
used
was
to like
what was the name of that? What was his
Ariel
name?
Hawani.
Yes, yes,
Bro, he used to piss off
bro.
everybody. Bro, literally fucking get people so salty.
He. What is he
That
doing right
was the golden age, bro. When Ariel Hawani was allowed in the UFC, because I think they don't let him do interviews anymore.
now? That's what I
Like,
was gonna say. I
actually,
was like, what is he
in
doing?
the fucking. They don't let him actually in the building to, like. Dana White hates his ass that much. And it's like, bro, the way he does it is very, like, it's very gay and Weasley. But, like, bro, that's all he knows how to do. That's the only way he knows how to do it. And he was good. He was good. It's just, bro, him as a person is so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was. I would mainly watch him just to see how much shit he will talk.
Yeah, dude, and it's like it's crazy how he talks the most backhanded shit. Like he'll be being nice to your face and he'll be like, so you lost pretty fast that last fight, and it's like
And you're like, I thought I
you
liked
lost
you.
pretty decisively to your last opponent. You know, it's like Jesus Christ, bro.
You're like, I thought I liked you. No,
Yeah.
actually, no. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly,
So
bro.
so
He
what? So
fucking he's a low key hater, bro. He's one of those people in the friend group that's low key fucking always competing with you and like plotting against your ass. You know what I mean?
he's like a Garrett.
Bro, don't even say his name on here. Don't even say his name on here, bro. This is a safe space.
Say, come on, dude. I got these guys. This I keep
Bro,
it safe.
shut the fuck up, bro. You are literally gay.
oh, oh my god, yo, that was hilarious. Hey, you know what I'm really looking forward to? I heard Topuria is gonna fight again.
Yeah, when? I want to see him fight his ex-wife, bro. You hear what happened to him? You freeze? Bro, Taporia's ex-wife literally fucking took his ass for a ride. And Carmona. Bro, he just paused on the ugliest face. Damn, son. But he literally like met her in Miami and went immediately went on the Nelk podcast and they were like, turns out you can't meet your wife in Miami, bro, like clowning him. And bro, she's divorcing his ass 3 years later, accusing him of fucking like assault, trying to take him for everything he's got. Let me text Karma on his ass. Bro, and like Ilya Taporia, it could go one of two ways for him. It could really go one of two ways for him because like if he goes the Izzy Adesanya way, hang on one second. There we go. There we go. I sent Karma another fucking invite. But bro, Ilya could go one of two ways. He could either harness the inner beast inside of him and like take this divorce and go crazy and like knock out Islam, or he could go the Israel Adesanya way and just fucking cry in a corner and get like a DUI and get arrested, you know. Which he doesn't seem like the type to me. He doesn't seem like the kind of person to fucking cry and get arrested. But like I could totally see it. Like, you know, I don't think I don't think he'll be the same fighter he was. I mean, he was an absolute savage, and it's hard to imagine him even better than he already is. But I really believe that his ass will fucking come back better than ever. And I mean, what more could we see from him? I don't know if his whole fighting style will change, but I think he'll just be even hungrier, less likely to coast, less likely. Like, I mean, yeah, that's what I think Ilya's gonna do. He's gonna fucking go in there and take off whoever's across from Ilya, bro. I feel bad. Post divorce, Ilya has got some vengeance, bro. He has got something. He's like thirsty for blood. I wish Ilya stayed at 45 so that Sean O'Malley could go up a weight class and fight him. Because like Sean O'Malley really has the frame to put on. Like he should not be a 35er. Like that is the craziest thing that he fights at 135. Because he's like 5'10", 5'11". Like he is one of the tallest people at 35. And he could easily be a 45 or a 55 pounder. Like easily. Just some bulking, some regular lifting, you know, put down the pot. Like I think a big part of it is he smoked so much pot that he turned into Shaggy. Like for real, for real. Literally turned into fucking Shaggy. And he got rid of all his face tattoos and then like got another one and fucking, you know what I mean? I think face tattoos are crazy. Like to get a face tattoo as a UFC fighter, bro, you have already have to have so much CTE. You have to already be so fucked in the head that you think that's a good idea. Like Sean O'Malley, I mean, it's his fighting style. And he doesn't really be getting hit like that. Like you don't see Sean O'Malley getting rocked or getting like even tapped up. You know, he's does pretty good at avoiding damage unless it's against Piotr Yan or fucking Marab or like anybody good. You know, And like, how often does Sean O'Malley even fight anymore? I think it's like twice a year, once a year, if that. He needs to be more active, especially since he lost his belt. He needs to be more active and like take advantage of his name. Cause like the more he fights, the more of a star he becomes, and that's really where he makes his money. Is like off his YouTube, his podcast, his fucking sponsorships and shit that he gets. You think that like, I mean, he just doesn't have controversial takes. Like people don't really like listening to him to his podcast. I don't think his podcast isn't super interesting. It's not like fucking any like eye opening stuff. It's super like milk toast. There's nothing. He doesn't have very many revelations, so it's like hard to watch. And it's only like that because he's like doesn't. I I mean I don't really know, but I think it's because he doesn't like getting caught talking shit and then paying for it. Especially now that he knows that he might lose. Like since he lost to Marab, his shit talking has gone down so much. Like he stopped shit talking entirely, which was like a big part of the reason why people liked him, because he was trying to be Conor McGregor and just talking the most shit. I don't know. And Sean O'Malley has the talent to be like he could be champion again. But he's more of a pot shotter. He's more of like he said like he throws feints, and then he throws like a really hard like 1-2 or a really hard 1 or a really hard 3 or like whereas Ilya is like jump in the pocket, throw 7 different punches in a random order, and like get out. Hopefully, if one lands, then like and it seems like in Ilya's combinations, he jumps into the pocket, he throws like I swear 7 random punches, and like the first one might miss, the second one might miss, but the third, the fourth, the fifth are gonna be fucking deadly. They are gonna be ringing their bell completely. Sugar Sean has perfected the pot shot. You know, he has perfected, it. And that's something that's really hard to do. Cause like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the combinations are harder. They really are. You know, Sean's more of a sniper, and Ilya's more of like a fucking Navy SEAL.